Man, there's a lot of inequality in the world of Digimon. For every Greymon that has 17 megas and a free Coke, there's a Technodramon that doesn't even make it off the production line, and a whole spectrum in between of Digimon that get different amounts of treatment. And on the better side of that spectrum, you got the partner Digimon, the guys that are in every game, every anime, every manga, and of course within that spectrum is another spectrum. You got guys like Guilmon and Gatomon who have got tons of megas and part of special groups, and then there's the likes of today's example, Armadillomon. Now, my friends, I'm going to prove to you that Bandai hates Armadillomon with facts and logic. Let's get into it. Example 1. Mega. If I were to ask you, who are the megas of the 02 cast? Some of you may say the only mega in that show was Armadillomon. The rest of you have gone to check Wikimon. But don't worry, I'll tell you here and now. Well, yes, we have the previously mentioned Armadillomon, but in the toys and games, we know what the intended megas for the rest of the cast are. Sylphimon becomes Valkyriemon, Dinobeamon, who was toy exclusive but is Wormmon's ultimate, in case you're wondering, becomes Grand Kuwagamon, and Shikuamon, the ultimate of our boy, becomes Vikemon. Yeah, so this takes some explaining, but basically in the Ryo games, Shikuamon and Zudomon would Joggerus and make Vikemon. But I'm sure you see the problem with this. Where's the Shikuamon in this design? And I'm pretty sure Bandai and Toei saw the same issue, hence why going forward the likes of Lost Evolution, Adventure PSP, and most damning of all, Digimon Adventures Tri and 2020 had Zudomon become Vikemon without Shikuamon. And to be fair, I can't blame them for this, it does work, but I'm sure some of you must be wondering, oh, well, if he's got no Mega now, who is his Mega? You can't have Takaru and Iori having the same Mega as Joe, right? And I can inform you he does have a second Mega, slash Angemon, and it's functional. But it's got the same issue as Vikemon, and that's where's Shikuamon in all of this? Seriously, take Armadillomon out of the equation and slash Angemon still works. Both of Shikuamon's megas lean so far towards Zudomon and Angemon that Armadillomon is entirely lost. Which ain't fair, and really wouldn't be an issue if only... Example 2. No line. Armadillomon doesn't have a full line, and some of you may reply, well, none of the O2 partners do, right? And to that I have to respond with, nar. Cause they do exist. Vmon has the Vidramon line, Wormmon with Sting, Jewel B, and Boncha Stingmon, and even Gato and Patamon have had megas since Hurricane Touchdown. Even Aquilomon became Garudamon in Digimon Saver, so there's been this clear effort to me throughout the franchise to give the O2 partners alternative lines, and yet Armadillomon has not been so lucky. He's never evolved past Ankylomon, and yes, I know he can evolve without Joggerus in the games, but that's not what I'm on about. We've never had a moment in a video game where in a cutscene or something, an Ankylomon evolves into Loader Leomon or something. How does that even happen? He's existed for 20 years and yet hasn't been the partner of some rando in a manga that turned him into a Groundramon? Why is it that every other O2 partner gets full lines and yet Armadillomon is left in the dust? I'm not saying there's a conspiracy afoot, but it's certainly strange. Side note, I asked my lovely friend Azure to proofread this script for me, and alongside multiple misspellings of Shikuamon, she pointed out that in the Pen Z, Ankylomon becomes Marine Chimeramon. Which is funny because... Example 3, he's a punching bag. When was the last time Shikuamon showed up and wasn't an op? Crosswords, he's an op. Oh, 2020, he's an op. The rest of the line ain't excluded either. Anytime one of his armor shows up, he's an op, or being tortured by a surprisingly sexy nun with a katana. For fuck's sake, a whole squad of Armadillomon in Frontier get mollywopped. In the Pen Z, he becomes the water version of the O2 Kang's first major boss. Now, you can't tell me there's no anti-armadillo agenda here. Conclusion. To say that Bandai hates any one single Digimon is hyperbolic, I will admit, but out of all the partner Digimon in the franchise's history, he's certainly gotten one of the shorter sticks. Myself and many other fans love this little guy, whether because we enjoy Zero 2, think he's got a lot of untapped potential, or just because he's a cute fella. The new Zero 2 movie is gonna hit theaters in a week's time, and I really do hope they prove me wrong and give Shikuamon an awesome mega, but I doubt it'll happen. Whether it be because no one at Bandai knows what to do with him or because he's just not very popular, I don't think we'll see a proper line for him for a while. At least not one that doesn't involve him becoming a fish. Seriously, how does this keep happening? Now you subscribe or Armadillomon will turn you into a fish.